Thank you so much, Zhou Shunfu. So next, I'd like to introduce you to Jeffrey Wang. So Jeff, please, over to you.
Hello everyone, I'm Jeffrey Wang from Athletics. I'm the country manager for the Southeast Asia, and today I'll present and today I'll present
这些让那海鸥好像在天空的云层，它是否也有伤痕？但它看到了。
You can see we attended the Blazer Challenge for 14 years, and every year we got the best performance. And next one will be the Avatar, which can be this.
大家好，我是科大讯飞 AI 虚拟主播小晴，我可以实现多种语言的实时播報。現在用廣東話為你播報。Now I will broadcast for you in English. Сейчас транслирую на русском. 今から日本語での報道を始めます。현재는 한국어로 보도하겠습니다. Now diffuser of Jose.
So this is a latest technology of Athletic. It's AI avatar. So it means we can record some people's image and then can generate her to speak any kind of language. You see her lip synchronize and her motion expression is very natural. You can see from the bottom, I will add a pen here. So this is a contest to evaluate the machine can pick up the voice from different people in a
这些人来到我家，我把他们压扁，另一只就进来了。
So you can see our machine, one of the signature product of Athletic, the translator can recognize different accent of English and even different accents or dialect of Chinese. I'll play 3 video for that.
吹水唔抹嘴。
Does not draft before bragging.
今晚翻唔翻嚟食飯啊？
Do you come back for dinner tonight?
你不得护照不得行。
You have to take your passport.
我不晓得说啥子。
I don't know what to say.
你这咋整的呀？
What happened to you?
哎呀妈呀，你这包老好看了。
Oh, my God. Your bag is always beautiful.
Yeah, so till now the translator has reached to 4th generation. And that means the machine translation ability now is commercialized. Yep. And another one is machine reading comprehension. So we attended the contest from Stanford University. It is to evaluate the machine can read different paragraph and then can give the correct answer. So we are also we have a joint team with University of Science and Technology, and we got very good result from here. So this application will be in China. The machine can actually automatic doing the papers and give the right answer. Yep. So why this today our event called 1024? Because it is an event which held by our company, and we want to develop the ecological system in Southeast Asian market, especially Indonesian. And 1024 is, it's a developer's day. Yeah, it's a 1 gigabits is 1024 megabits. And we invented this day as a as the biggest festival of our group. So since 2017, we held the first one. Until now, it's the 6th edition. And now it's become a name card of our Anhui province. So it becomes a sound expo in Anhui province. So every year at this period of time, so many companies related to the voice industry, they come to the athletic headquarters. We will rent a Olympic stadium to doing the events and the show and exhibition and also the firm. So the open platform, we currently have listed 491 AI technologies and solutions on the platform. And currently, the developers around the platform is reached to anyway, we hope our technology could enabling different industry in the AI. Yeah. So some capabilities of our open platform, and especially for CA market. One is text-to-speech. So as I showed in the demo, it can not only generate Chinese, right? For currently the Bahasa, Malay, and Tamil, we also can do that. And also the speech-to-text and the speech assessment. So this one I could make more elaborate. For the pronunciation assessments, it is to especially it is very good for the students who can evaluate their pronunciation, especially when they learn English or learn Chinese. So for the Chinese, we are very authoritative. We cooperate with the China central government for the Ministry of Education. So everyone who want to attend Mandarin test, currently they have the automatic solution for the machine evaluate their pronunciation. And for the English also, the IELTS, they cooperate with Athletic to develop an app to teach all the Chinese students to practice English and speak English. Yeah. And besides of the capabilities, we also have for the open platform Singapore version, it is actually a model of PaaS. So besides of the PaaS, we also supply some SaaS or on-premise deployment service. One example is that the subtitle and multi-language supports. So this is a SaaS tool, and you can upload your video on the SaaS plugin, and then you can output a video with subtitle. I'll play a demo for English.
Launched the iPhone XS and the iPhone XS Max, the most advanced iPhones we have ever created. These three iPhones together.
Yeah, like this. So every year the Apple announcement meeting will cooperate with some live streaming platform in China and doing the real-time dictation and translation to domestic for China. And this is the latest demo that we did for this event, the Indonesian Baksa.
Selamat siang dan salam sejahtera untuk semua. Pada kesempatan sore hari ini, terima kasih buat TFX yang sudah mengundang saya untuk sharing tentang Indonesia Mengajar. Ini sebuah program yang bertujuan untuk mendorong usaha kita dalam mencerdaskan kehidupan bangsa. Kita tahu di Indonesia, bila kita berbicara persoalan pendidikan, ada 1001 masalah, banyak sekali masalahnya. Tetapi bila kita perhatikan lebih jauh, siapa yang sebenarnya?
So I'll be honest, I don't know Baksa, but I can see the translation in Chinese. I see it's reasonable, right? So it means the technology of Baksa, we call it transcription. Now it is ready for use, and welcome to contact us if you have any requirement. Another one is Avatar. Like I showed in the demo, we can mimic real persons or a 3D cartoon image. And the application scenario has many, and you can imagine, like in China, we embedded on some app, especially on the financial app, some banks app. They can doing the customer service.
您好，我是虚拟客服小晴，我将为您提供自助宽带排账服务，也可以帮您连线视频客服远程排账。
And also, so in the COVID area, for the avatar, like play a role as a virtual teacher is also very reasonable, and also online diagnose for like online doctor, yeah, and some consultants. So the scenario you can imagine it's very optimistic. Another solution we offer is customer service. This is a demo for the credit card bill collection. So the robot could trigger a call to you to remind you to repay your credit bill.
Hello, apakah Tuan Wang Wei?
Anda siapa?
Saya adalah pelayanan Bank of China. Kartu kredit dengan nomor terakhir 4323 yang Anda tangani di bank kami harus dilunasi pada tanggal 12 bulan ini. Sekarang sudah lewat temponya. Apakah Anda lupa membayarnya?
Saya tahu, tapi tidak ada uang untuk sementara. Beberapa hari kemudian lalu bicara hal ini lagi.
Kartu kredit yang lewat temponya akan mempengaruhi kredit pribadi Anda. Jika Anda tidak menanganinya tepat waktu, akan dikenakan lebih banyak biaya dan menyebabkan tekan pembayaran yang lebih besar. Tolong Anda menanganinya tepat.
So basically, the outbound call is very easy currently in a call center solution. So in a middle stage, we also, for example, in China, we are coupled with every major bank and telcos companies in China, and we can do not only outbound call but also inbound call. So the customer can call the service number and can say anything that they want. They can just speak it out what they want to do. And so currently, we also currently for the Baxter language, we can achieve the outbound call. So, but any partner to we maybe launch a project to do more and to achieve the goal of inbound call to make all the customer service automatic. So the last part, as I said, we have a public cloud which cooperate with Huawei Cloud in Singapore. That means we offer the public cloud service to the developers for APIs and SDKs. You can access to that. And we offer the free usage when you registration. And the second, we are also welcoming some pipeline partners to partner with us. And we could offer the private cloud solution to the customers. And like some end users, some enterprises, they are very careful for the data privacy, and this way they could adopt the on-premise solution. And also the SaaS deployment. Like I said, we are inventing more and more SaaS tools like the subtitle, like the call center, and something like that. Yeah, we can open more and more SaaS portfolios. And technical support is inside of our group. I forget to say we have like 18,000 employees in our group. So there's a very strong team back in China to support, and they will have a fast response, and the service could customized. The compliance also, because we are supplying the very bottom of the engine, so the compliance issue I think will handled by the cloud service provider like Huawei Cloud. They are doing very well for the of the compliance management and the compliance regulation. Yes. So after this sharing, there will be a networking session. If you have any requirement, you can contact me. We can talk more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey, for a very interesting presentation. Coming up next, we have Wang Lin, Director of Sales Indonesia from Huawei Cloud. So Wang Lin, please take it away.
Hello. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I think, first of all, it's my great honor to have the chance to make the presentation. I think Huawei is the strategic partner with iFly Tech. And afterward, I want to say today it's very glad for me to join this kind of meeting. First of all, it's not because it's the Friday afternoon, we can enjoy the weekend. It's not also because it's the Double 11, we can do some shopping. The key reason is we have the chance to be together. Yeah, this is the key. So come back to my presentation. The Huawei Cloud, we said in Indonesia, for Indonesia, and by Indonesia. I hope after my presentation, you will know what's the reason why I would like to say like this way. In my presentation, I will have three topics or three subsections. I will briefly introduce Huawei. I will briefly introduce Huawei Indonesia and Huawei Cloud Indonesia as well. I think you may know the Huawei from the different channel, maybe newspaper, maybe from your friends as well. Yeah. Here you can see Huawei is a leading provider for the ICT industry. So our vision is very, very clear. We would like to say we want to bring the digital to every person, home, and organization. So I would like to highlight two number here. The first one you can see we have around 200,000 employees, and over 50% is R&D. You know the number behind it's like we have so much strong for the R&D, which means we can continuously support our customer from innovation point of view. Second one, you can see another, we are the number 2 in the R&D investment. So last year, we also spent around over 20%, near 22%. In the past 10 years, we accumulate spend around over 100 billion US dollar for the R&D. This can make us very good technology. So that's the reason we are so proud we are the technical company. As I said in the beginning, Huawei, the vision is bring the digital life to the customer, for the home, for the organization, and for the different community. So that's the reason we serve the business for the consumer, carrier, and the enterprise as well. Yeah. In the all of business, we said cloud is our strategy. In our internally, we said cloud is first. Because we all should know, yeah, in the digital transformation, the cloud is the foundation, which can help us to make a very agile DevOps, make a very flexible business model. This can speed up during the digital transformation. After I briefly introduced Huawei, I would like to make some introduction about Huawei Indonesia. Maybe you might not know so clear. We already launched our business since 2000, which means already 22 years. Well, it's really a long time. Yeah, it's really, to be honest, it's really a long time. And you can see from here, in all our employee locally, over 2,000, 90% is a local employee, and which means we already directly or indirectly create around over 20,000 jobs in Indonesia. In the past 20 years, we also, have a lot of awards in the different angle. For example, we are the Golden Texture. We also cooperate with the different, like the XL, Telkomsel, to set up the innovation center. And also we have the different rewards, yeah. Not only in Jakarta, we have the head office. In the older regions, for example, 16 regions in Indonesia, we also have our local office. Even in Papua, very, very far, very, very edge of the Indonesia, we also have going to launch a office. Based on this old office and also our, footprint, we can closely to support our customer and partner. This is very key. Besides the technical, I said Huawei is a tech company. But besides the technical, Huawei also has some, the CSR, the social responsibility. What we call is I-Do program. I very like it so much. Because this one comes from, if you are focused on how I-Do come from, it's come from Indonesia, the first I and the Do from Indonesian word as well. So we have the four I-Do. I will not go one by one. But from the I-Do, I think it's either from the technical point of view or from the social point of view, we help the local customer, local enterprise, the local government, and the local community to contribute, to do our best, to do the digital formation, and also help them to grow. This is the key. Next, I will go to make some introduction about the Huawei Cloud. Yeah. Maybe you know some Huawei about the Huawei phone, Huawei 5G as well. And so far, I would like to say Huawei Cloud is also very key because I said in the beginning, cloud in Huawei is the strategy business. We said cloud first. Officially, we launched Huawei Cloud in 2017. In the past 5 years, we are so confident to say we are the fast-growing cloud in the global world. Also, we get some performance. For example, the number 2 in China, number 4 in the APAC. We have a lot of customers. It's not only all of this performance is not only based on we have the technology. not only based on we have the accumulated experience, it's also because we have a very good team, good service, etc. as well. All of this one is the key. We can get such a very good performance. I think this is not only for now, it's also for the future as well. Sometimes, a couple of weeks before, I talked to one of my customer. I talked to him. So if we are looking for a cloud vendor, so you have several options, maybe AWS, maybe Google, Huawei as well, But if you're looking for a strategy partner, Huawei is the best options. Because first of all, we said we are customer-centric. It means we give them the best technology, we give them the best service, and then we can also share our ecosystem to help them to grow the business as well, like what we are doing with the FLR Tech, Meanwhile, besides the customer-centric, we also have the, the cloud service. We have a slogan said everything as a service, infrastructure as a service, technology as a service, and expertise as a service. The most important one, we will also want to set up a local ecosystem together with our partner, customer as well. This is the key. Because there's a very famous saying said, if you want to go too soon, you go alone. If you want to go further, go together. So in the digital, in the digital transformation journey, it's very difficult. You cannot do everything by you alone. That's the reason we have so many customer partners as well. And the next, I would like to say, we already make a long-term commitment in Indonesia, which means we launch our cloud Jakarta region, 3 available June. This is a huge investment and also a long-term commitment. Because once you should know, if the cloud business is launching, there's no easy way to shut it down. This is also our long-term commitment. So next one, I will share some, our use case, our customers' reference. I will not go to one by one. From the different industry, like the logistic, like the media, finance, government, already Indonesia customers choose Huawei as their cloud vendor, and the most important one, they choose Huawei as their strategic partner. So last but not least, I would like to use this saying to end my speech. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. So let's cooperate together. Let's work together for success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wang Lin, for the presentation. For the next session, we have Li Xin-an, Director of Multilingual Development from National Intelligence Voice Innovation Center. Unfortunately, he won't be able to make it today, but we'll be playing the video from him. So let's hear from him.
尊敬的各位领导、各位嘉宾，大家下午好。我是来自国家智能运营创新中心多语种研发部的李山安。我今天分享的主题是创新激励多语种赋能产业。首先，请允许我介绍一下我们中心的一个基本情况。国家智能运营创新中心是在2021年11月份正式获得工信部批复成立的。我们中心也是采用公司加联盟的一个形式组建的，像由科大讯飞牵头，联合我们的海尔、寒武纪、优客德等一些产业链优势企业共同组建。同时呢，我们携手中国语音产业联盟，打造一个小核心大协作的一个创新体系。中心是致力于成为我们智能语音领域一个核心共性关键技术的一个供给源头，助力我们的制造业的产业长足发展。我们可以看到，智能语音技术虽然是一个偏软件、偏人工智能方向的一个技术，但是它和制造业的一个关联度是非常大的。作为一个万物互联时代的一个人机交互的关键入口，智能语音在我们的智能终端、工业生产等一些诸多的一些制造业场景下都是有广泛应用的一个场景的。比如我们的汽车、手机上的一个语音交互，工业生产中的设备运维、声音智研等等。我们中心是聚焦制造业发展需求，携手创新链和产业链的一些创新资源，重点围绕我们的一些关键共性技术研发， 去支撑行业关键共性技术突破，为行业提供中式公共检测等服务的一个平台。此外呢，我们为建立与产业上下游企业的一些更深层的联动，中心也将为成果的转化应用提供和相应的平台。未来呢，我们希望可以通过领域内的一些关键共性技术研发平台和公共服务平台，致力成为智能语音产业核心关键共性技术的一些供给源头，共建制造业领域的价值生态链。我们中心总体采用的是一中心加3平台加1网络的一个建设路线，围绕我们的工业声学、多语种技术、AI 语音芯片，还有一个国产化适配这些关键的一些核心技术，成立技术研究中心去解决我们行业的一些难题。我们这些难题解决之后呢，我们也通过这3个行业公共服务平台去对外进行输出，包括我们的公共测试平台、中式服务平台和产业孵化平台。有了这些平台的一些加持，我们可以去为以上的这些行业应用场景去提供更多的一些服务。我们也同时也建立了一个这样的一个行业协同创新网络，把我们的企业和资源连接起来，共同推动行业的发展。下面我们来分享一下我们中心在多语种研究方面的一个背景、核心技术和一些成果。我们中心着力于研究多语种关键技术的研究呢，主要有3个方面的原因。第一个，首先多语种的这个技术啊，是我们创新中心的一个建设方向之一。我们需要实现我们的14个语种，比如说像中英日韩法西这些语种的一个语音识别、合成还有语义理解的一些关键技术的一个突破，达到我们的一个国际领导水平。同时呢，我们要将这些语种的一些技术成果，在我们的智能制造、智能家居和智能汽车这些行业领域能够落地应用。第二个呢，是我们的一个终端设备智能化的一个需求。比如我们在汽车、家电、手机这些终端设备上，它正在快速的向我们的一个智能化方向发展。我们智能语音的交互呢，作为一个最便捷的人机入口的一个方式之一啊，在智能终端设备上落地也是成为大势所趋。第3个原因呢，主要就是我们的多语种的一个核心技术门槛比较高，不管是我们的数据，还有我们的模型训练和系统研发等等，这个成本都是非常高的。像我们的一些中小型企业，在技术啊、人力啊、财力等等这些方面都很难做到自主研发，所以我们的行业内也是急需我们这样的一个企业，能够为行业提供一个一站式的多语种技术的服务的一个公共平台。但是我们在做多语种技术研究方面也是面临了一些不少的挑战。首先呢，我们全球的语种体系非常多，这个各个语言的一个差异也比较大，而且它的这个交互场景比较复杂。比如说像我们的外界环境的噪声啊、他人的干扰噪声等等，都在不同程度上去影响了我们的一个语音交互的效果。其次呢，我们多语种语音的数据量是非常少的，而且数据的获取成本非常高，尤其是我们使用人口相对较少的一些小语种，和面向不同行业领域的这些数据，这个都是非常少的。第3个，我们多语种的技术啊，还不是很成熟，我们还有很多的一些技术难点需要去攻克。面对这些难点呢，我们也是突破了一些，比如像我们的无监督训练、端到端统一建模等等这些关键技术，也取得了一些不错的成果。下面呢，我们来一个个看一下。我们俗话说兵马未动，粮草先行，但是在我们人工智能领域呢，我们可以说是模型未动，数据先行。然后我们在做模型训练的时候，比如说我们多语种的一些关键技术研究，首先我们肯定是需要海量的一个数据的。但如果我们这些所有的数据都去经过标注做我们有监督的训练的话，这样成本就非常高。而且我们像多语种里面的一些导航、电话、天气等等这些技能的数据，我们获取的难度也是比较大的。所以我们尝试了这个弱监督和无监督数据增强训练的这种技术方法。首先呢，我们通过我们大量的无监督的一个语音数据去做我们的模型预训练，然后我们再基于我们的一个有监督的一个数据去做我们的一个数据增强训练，这样的话我们同时也能够达到一个很好的效果。而且我们基于这个技术方案，能够解决我们多语种场景语音数据稀缺的这样的一个问题。同时呢，我们在这个有监督语料标注这一块，我们也不是全部人工标注，我们采用了人机协同的一个方式对原始数据进行标注，然后呢，通过我们原始机械数据进行标注之后，通过我们的语言专家去做一个校验确认，这样的话得到我们正确的一个标注数据，然后再把我们的标注数据构建成我们的一个多语种的一个语料库。像我们这张图所展示的就是我们多语种文本数据的一个标注过程。比如我们对不同的语种的一个数据，通过我们的机器首先进行一个预标注，预标注结束之后，通过我们的人工专家、语言专家进行一个确认，这样的话我们得到一个正确的文本标注数据。 放到我们的一个文本语料库里面去。那我们的语音的识别、合成等等这些音频的一些数据标注也是类似的。前面提到我们中心是要研究我们的一个14个语种，但是我们在中英文的这一块呢，我们跟我们的股东单位科大讯飞去联合研究开发，取得了一个很好的一个效果，而且也积累了一个大量的数据。但是我们其他的一些小语种，它的数据量相比我们中英文来说，这个是非常小的。那我们如何去能够让这些小数据量的语种，它也能够达到一个很好的效果，就是我们需要突破的一些关键技术。然后我们再通过我们这些语种的一些数据进行分析，包括我们的特征的一些提取过程中去研究发现，各个语种的一些差异虽然比较大，但是它们的底层还是有很多的一些共性特征，有很大的相似性的。所以我们尝试通过中英文这种大量的数据去提取我们跨语种的一个共性特征，实现跨语种的一些信息共享。然后我们基于我们的一个多语种的统一表征的这个数据，然后再加上我们小语种的这些数据，在这个基础上去做迭代的一个增强训练，得到我们不同语种上的一个模型。这样的话，我们就能够在很小的一个数据量上，让我们的一些小数据量的语种达到一个很好的效果。同时呢，我们也是采用了一个端到端统一建模的一个关键技术，减少我们模型对一个数据标注和专家知识的一个依赖。我们中心在这通用核心技术的同时，也是非常注重行业领域的应用赋能。我们在通用大数据的基础上，利用我们的一个汽车、家电、手机等等这些不同行业领域的一个数据去做我们模型的一个微调训练，然后就可以得到我们面向这些行业领域的一个微调模型。而且我们可以通过这些行业领域的一个应用，通过我们数据的一些积累和应用落地的一个经验，然后反向的去促进我们通用模型和通用技术的升级。这样的话，我们可以通过我们通用的技术升级，加上行业领域的一个应用，去双向的一个循环促进。通过上面这些关键技术的研究和数据语料库的建设，我们当前已经开展了中英日韩法西俄这7个语种的一个研究。我们在语音的识别、语义的理解和合成等等这一方面都已经取得了一些不错的成果。比如像我们在语音识别方面，我们平均的语音识别准确率达到了92.67%，然后像中英文这块的识别准确率已经超过了95%，这是一个非常高的一个水平了。而且像在我们的合成方面，我们平均的合成墨子分已经达到了4.37分，其中我们法语的这个合成分也已经达到4.62分，这个已经非常我们接近一个真人的发音水平了。通常我们认为，如果这个合成的墨子分达到满分5分的情况下，这个合成的效果就跟我们真人是一样的，所以我们看到我们合成的效果是非常好的。同时呢，我们在语义理解这一块，我们整体的平均语义理解正确率也已经超过了90%，而且像中文这一块，语义理解正确率已经超过了98%，这个效果是非常不错的。而且我们这些效果也是跟我们国际上的一些精品企业、一些优秀企业去做了一些对比，发现我们的一些这个成果也是具有一定的领先性和优势的。我们当前研发的这个7个语种，在汽车、输入法、银行、运营商这些应用领域都有应用落地。而且我们为了满足当地用户的一个交互需求，我们在泰国、印度、俄罗斯、日本等等这些国家和地区都已经部署了我们的云端服务的站点，我们可以直接对外提供多语种的一个语音服务。而且我们在这些应用领域方向有很多都已经开始量产了，比如说我们在汽车方向，上汽、奇瑞、长安这些项目都已经开始量产，在国外的一些国家和地区已经开始卖车了。那我们长安的一个项目都已经量产了，也有1万多辆一个汽车了。我们这张图可以看到是我们针对汽车行业的领域的一个云交单的一个一体化解决方案。首先我们可以看到用户原始语音过来之后，我们可以经过我们本地的降噪、语音唤醒这样的一个模块，得到一个干净的语音，然后再通过我们的云端的语音识别和语义理解，包括我们本地的语音识别和语义理解，这样云交单的一个结果出来之后，我们再到端上去做一个仲裁。仲裁之后，然后我们通过端上的一个多语种识别器去做我们应用层的一个交互，比如说我们应用的一个界面展示，应用的一个 TDS 播报等等这些一系列操作。这样的话，我们就可以为我们智能汽车这个产业领域去提供我们多语种的整个的一个产品。 而且我们这里面可以看到，我们降噪这些关键技术是跟语种无关的，但是我们的唤醒、识别、语义理解这些东西是跟我们的那个语种是相关的。我们除了能够提供一体化的一个解决方案之外呢，还可以针对我们的一个初创型企业，或者是希望能够基于我们的一些核心关键技术去开发自己的一个交互应用的企业，提供我们的一个平台化的语音核心能力调度的服务。这些企业呢，可以通过我们的一个核心能力调度，去拿到我们的一个，比如说我们的多语种的语音识别啊、语义理解、语义合成等等这些核心能力的一个结果，然后在这个核心能力结果基础之上，去开发他们的一个上层应用的一些交互。当前我们这个平台也是面向汽车、家电、AI 交通等等不同的一些行业领域的一些开发者和用户，包括一些企业提供了服务。而且我们当前汇聚了行业内的包括我们多语种的能力在内的400多项核心能力，我们的当前的一个开发者和用户量都已经超过了300多万。好，那我今天的分享就到这里，感谢大家的聆听。如果大家对我们国家智能语音创新中心和我们多语种的一些技术感兴趣的，欢迎会后交流合作。尊敬的各位领导、各位嘉宾，大家下午好，我是来自国家智能语音创新中心多语种研发部的李生安。
All right, that was from Li Xinnan. For the last session of the keynote of the day, we'll have Andrew, the Chief Information Officer from PT Diligence Solusi, Indonesia. So, Andrew, the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. Very excited to be here. My name is Andrew Tay. I'm actually Chief Information Officer at Kupu. In Kupu, I'm building products, building also operations, and also designing some of the user research. Very excited to be here. I'm going to take you guys through on keynote sharing today. My keynote sharing will be 3 parts. I'll let you know what is about Kupu first, for those of you who do not know, what we do. Second part is what we do, what service we're offering, and the third part will be the use cases, that how we use several of the iTech technology to improve our services. So, without further ado, okay, Kupu. Kupu is first founded in 2021. What we do is we are a startup. We are a startup that we are a mobile recruitment platform that help to connect both job provider and job seekers. So, what we aim is to make job provider can find workers fast and efficient. And secondly, for the job seeker, we want them to connect with the potential employer and finally landed the jobs. So Kupu is founded during the pandemic times. At that time, we saw there's 1 million of Indonesians actually lost jobs, and it's very painful. So we thought about what can we do during that times? How can we help them to find jobs when the economic recovery is coming in? So that's how we founded Kupu, and indeed that in 2022, the good news is Indonesian recovery is coming. As a result, we can see that in the Q2 GDP, right? Indonesia actually enjoy a good growth of 5% compared to other country, and predicted in 2023, there will be further 5% overgrowth. This is a very good news. And if you look at the growth is actually coming from the service industry, manufacturing industry, and also retail industry, which is 60% of them growth is also contributed by small and medium businesses. Now, in Kupu, we want to help them. In these small and medium businesses, we want to help them to recruit faster and efficient. As we know that many small and medium businesses actually right now have a pain point. They all count on traditional way of methods of hiring, which is very not efficient, can be very time consuming. When you count on the traditional way of hiring, number one, what happened is whenever you want to get someone, you have to do a referral, word of mouth, waiting for CV to come in. It all take very painful process. When the CVs come in the traditional method is every recruiter have to screen one by one. So And then when you screen by one by one, as I imagine that one of the businesses ever shared to us that they receive 3,000 CV and they have to read one by one. It's a very, very painful process. So the recruitment process, still counting on traditional methods, is really, really, really painful. And Kupu is aimed to help to bridge these solutions. We want to help to solve these pain points. In the same time also, as the job seeker that we mentioned, when they lost the job, we want to help the job seeker to be able to be more employable. We help them to make a showcase of themselves and how we can use AI to help them. So Kupu is aimed to make hiring made simple. All small, medium businesses can easily tap into Kupu. We have a growing workforce community and more than 1.5 million. With just a year plus of operations, we're able to get 1.5 million workers right now, and 50,000 businesses signing up with us, and we generate more than 500,000 jobs vacancies. So with Kupu, first, what you can enjoy is you can tap into our growing communities. Number two, of course, these small, medium businesses can hire with less effort because we are using AI as a technology to connect people. And the third one, beyond just hiring, we also provide many value-added solutions with the aim to simplify the hiring process. So one of the use cases we have is our recommendation engine powered. So with this, traditional method of hiring people is still waiting for CV. But what if you can post a job? What if directly, without waiting for a CV to come in, we are actually able to recommend a very suitable worker for you? So by doing this, we can save time. Recruiter or even the business owners directly can connect to the people that they want, and the most relevant people will be shown there in the apps. And this is also like a small, medium business owner usually wants, okay, I want the person to stay close by. I want the person to have certain degree of educations. I want the person to have certain skills. So by using our recommendation engines, we can actually, as easy as to prompt them and get the recruiter to start earlier. And secondly, not just recommendation engines, we also help this recruiter can easily review, screen, and shortlist the best candidates. So the problem with traditional CVs, or whether you put it in the paper-based or the PDF, you have to screen one by one. So imagine with 3,000 applications coming in to your place, you have to read them one by one. So with Kupu, we actually standardize the method. We put all the text together, so to help the recruiter will be able to review one by one, and it's standardized. So often, some people know how to write a good CV. Some people do not know how to write a good CV. So we help them to standardize all of this. So it's easier for recruiter to view. Number two, in this age of hiring, social media has become important. We also use a bigger picture, a bigger multimedia, so that you can actually get to know the person, not just red photo background that is not clear enough. So with Kupu, we are actually helping to do this. And also, you can find your best candidates by inputting your requirements. With the clear requirements, we can actually tag which users are suitable for you. Now, in this age, the Kupu 2.0 that we are working on, that is right now is the age of video. So with Kupu right now, we are building also a video interview and video profile. Today, you not only will look at only normal digital CVs, but we want to take you through. We want to take you through to the further next level, that is actually a videoizations. And with this, imagine that right now with the video CV, if I am a job seeker, I'm nervous sometimes when I go for an interview process. Sometimes I might not do well, and sometimes I wish for a second chance. So with the video interview and video CV, we actually help this job seeker to repeat first, teach them and guide them so that they can score a better interview and they can record it. Secondly, imagine that if you're a job seeker, you go to many companies, you've been asked the same thing all over again. Tell me about yourself, what is your experience, and how you do. So with this, by doing this one time, Kupu actually helps to send a lot of the job interview to many businesses. We just need to do it one time. And imagine if you are job providers, right? Sometimes in the HR itself, not many people can ask the same questions. So with this way, we can standardize the interview questions, make review process much more easier. And the good thing is with the video, as I put there, you screen people, not just no longer you screen CV. This is very important that imagine that long tedious process, right? Right now as a job provider, you have to amass an application, you have to screen the people, then you set up the interview. And when you set up the interview, some come, some did not come. Some come, some might do well, some might not do well. Then you wasted your time, right? So with the video CVs, video interviews, you actually cut down the lot of process, and you're able to screen the people and flag them, so that on the screening time later, whether you want to hire the person or not, you can actually decide more crucial questions, for example. And Kupu, today we have templated general interview questions. Coming soon, we're going to have a personalized and customizable questions. So this is actually all to help businesses to recruit people better. So not just that, in Kupu we also have Kupu Academy service. As I mentioned that during pandemics, it's very important. We want to give job seeker opportunity to upskill themselves. So, and also how can we solve a training time for job provider? So we have many proprietary learning content, and this is wide range from F&B, services, soft skills, self-improvement, hospitality, sales, marketing, admin, and also basic English. What we try to do is we can create this kind of contents for job seeker to access and then learn by bite-sized learning. All are in bite-sized learning, test them and their works, they'll get a badge. And job provider can rest assured that in which part of the workers actually have basic English or even score well in some of the sales technique, for example. With all of this, job provider can select a worker in a better time. And this is very important because what we try to do is, we're not saying that we can make the job seeker to become an expert directly, but we want them to be day one ready. So if I hire you as a barista, or I hire you as some waitress in coffee shops, for example, when you come to work, you actually know what's the difference between Americano and cappuccino, for example. You know how to serve people during the pandemic. Why is it hygiene factor important? All of these services are provided in Kupu. So in Kupu, we also have many value-added services like account management, job order solutions, attendance, clock-in, clock-out system, and digital disbursement. So everything is here is to help you to assist job providers in the workforce management, making the recruitment much more efficient. So just to give you a summary, this is what Kupu wants to do. We are next generation massive employment platforms, and everything is in mobile right now, not in the web, because we want to serve more and more people. We know that digital first is very important, and to the access of the medium small business. Okay, next will be several study case. Recently, we conduct massive walk-in interviews for Black Owl and Burger King. As you can see, in this one day, there's 500 and thousands of participants coming in. This is crazy because the logistic of doing this is tedious and time-consuming, and you need a lot of resource. But Kupu helped to do this. And back then, we do not have a video interview. Imagine the time and effort of a recruiter and also personnel that you need to take out to hire people. So with video services, pre-recorded interview that Kupu offer actually can solve this problem much easier. By just posting your job requirement and Kupu will be able to provide you the selected interview questions for you to choose. And using our AI recommendation, actually, we will reach to the most suitable workers that's more recent, workers that are looking for a job, workers that stay nearby your locations, workers that possess certain skills that you're looking for. And what we also help is, just now we saw iFlyTech avatar, right? We also help these candidates with the virtual human AI on the interview recording. And as the result, very simple. Recruiter can conduct screening faster and more efficient. We don't have to have much bigger events to do that. You don't need 1,000 people or 500 people to come. You might only select the much more suitable one. This is one of the examples how we use the AI virtual assistants in Kupu. This is very, very good that we saw the AI now can be friendly, warm, and caring. And also we can have multiple language with Bahasa and also English. Just to give some example.
Please have a brief introduction about yourself. How many jobs have you had before?
Okay, and in the Bahasa?
Perkenalkan diri Anda secara singkat. Apakah kamu sudah pernah bekerja sebelumnya?
So those are the use cases that we use leveraging iFlyTech solutions. We actually able to build this virtual assistance avatar that's very warm, and then also encourage the job seeker to conduct the interview process. Previously, if you use just an invitation and wording might not be as effective as this, because people don't like to read sometimes. They don't read the full context. Watching video is much more easier and also more appealing. And this is actually helps to do that.
Please have a brief introduction about yourself.
Perkenalkan.
Okay, future study case that we think there are many things that AI could do, and in Kupu we are actually wanted to implement more, right? As being presented earlier, robotic customer service could be one of the part. Second will be improving screening operation. In Kupu we have to screen all kind of videos, all kinds of jobs, and all kinds of profile, because we want to make sure everything is sanitized and valid and verified. So that will take human resource that quite a lot and time consuming, I think, but with speech to text, right? Text will be able into qualify into a tag, and tag can be qualified into certain part in operation that we can screen the users much more easier. And number two, of course, with speech to text, I think plenty of things to do. Auto input and writing of digital CV will be much more easier. You don't have to type, you don't have to select. Sometimes by conducting a video interview, we will be able to dissect your information and input it into your profile, making it much more easier. And we also think about, because of the current AI multilingual is much more greater, it might be good that we could put it as a career counseling in the future. These are the future use cases that we think about. And the good thing about current technology also, now we can measure, with AI we can measure facial recognition, expression recognitions, right? We can also listen and how clear the communication goes through. And all of this can become good further inputs for us to build a better service, because with all of this, we can achieve one thing: more relevancy to the job provider and more relevancy to the job seeker to use our service. So last part is, yeah, I agree that if you go alone, you might go fast, but it's going to be tiring. It has to be, if you go far, if you want to go far, you have to go together. So I think my closing is, how can we use AI tech and how can we use HR platform and everything to support the business in Indonesia? Many of these small, medium business do not have access towards this kind of technology. This is, in Kupu, we try to democratize them, make this AI-based hiring tech accessible to millions of business and the worker in Indonesia. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Coming up next, we have a panel discussion on a topic of multi-language AI technology for mobile internet. We'll be hearing from all the panelists from Indofund, WOOC, Kupu, Huawei Cloud, and iFlyTech Group. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce you to our moderator, Stanley Chong, Director of Techno Global, and all the panelists on stage. So let's put our hand together for them.
All right, thank you very much. Let's welcome the panelists on stage. Let's first of all, we have Mr. Wang Lin, from Director of Sales of Indonesia Huawei Cloud. We also have Jeffrey Wang, Overseas Country Manager of iFlyTech. Andrew Thay, you just heard from him, Chief Information Officer of Kupu, as well as we have Mr. Wan Shiguang of WOOC. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, please have a seat here. Oh, the light is too bright. Okay, the light is bright, so I'll take the middle seat here. Right. First of all, thank you very much for staying all the way till today, till this afternoon here. Right. I'm Stanley. I'm from Techno Global. So we're a tech media events company that we actually focus around, covering the ecosystem between tech innovation between China and the rest of the world. Right. So today, I'm very, very honored to be here together with all our panelists here. All right. As you can see, the panelists, I think we're not blocking, right? The names are all up there. But you've heard from them. Maybe I'll let them do a quick introduction about themselves and what brought them here today, right? In terms of their journey with AI, with multilingual, with technology, right? So maybe I will kickstart from over here. Let's continue with Mr. Andre. All right, Mr. Andre, here's a mic. You can do a quick self-introduction once again.
Okay, just a quick introductions. My name is Andre, Chief Information Officer from Kupu. In Kupu, I build products. I help to manage operations, digital acquisitions, and also some operations. And previously, actually, spent my time in telco, connecting people also, same industry, but in the different verticals is telco. So in telco, I was product managers, and I also create commercial operations, very involved on those two parts.
Hello everyone, my name is Oscar Wan. I'm from PT WOOC Global Technology. We are a leading B2B business enterprise. As everyone knows that Indonesia has almost over 10,000 islands, and the logistic is quite a difficult. It's kind of barrier for e-commerce. So this also means a great opportunity for us, because we try to connect 60,000 offline shops. Because in Bahasa Indonesia we say toko-toko di mana-mana. Because of this natural condition, so it gives us a great opportunity to digitalize and connect the commerce together in order to improve the efficiency. So we are kind of e-commerce platform that integrates the goods from China or from the other countries with the good supply chain, with the logistic, with the digital platform, with our we call it on-ground promotion team that's across Indonesia to help our partners to make business success. And so in our category, we started from accessories. I mean the 3C accessories, and then we have expanded our business to building materials, to stationaries, to CCTVs or whatever, because the logic is the same. Is we can utilize the digitalization technology to empower our partners who did not have the chance to sell the good products with the great efficiency. And so this is a great opportunity for me to learn more about the iFlyTech, as I used to be a partner with iFlyTech many years ago. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. My name is Li Zhonglei. Yeah. I come from the Indofan, which is a mobile game publisher, based in Jakarta. Yeah. So we have provided more than 30 titles and mobile games through Google Play Store and also the Apple Store. Yeah, mostly it's a Bahasa Indonesia version. Yeah. And myself, I have been in Indonesia since 2004. Yeah, almost 20 years in Jakarta. Yeah. So today I'm here to learn some about the AI, so can utilize in our mobile gaming industry. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Finally, we have two more panelists here.
Wang Lin, English name is Titan. Huawei Indonesia Cloud. I think I already make some introduction about Huawei. I would like to introduce myself as well. I work in Huawei over, 16 years, and working in Europe a couple years, and in Thailand 2 years, and in the past 3 years I work in Indonesia. I think Indonesia is much better than my expectation. That's the reason I really love our slogan. We said we in Indonesia, for Indonesia, by Indonesia. 在印尼，为印尼，靠印尼. Thank you.
Thank you. And lastly, we have iFlyTech representative.
Hi, thanks for everyone coming to our event. I'm Jeffrey, who is a country manager for Southeast Asian market. And Indonesian is our biggest potential market in the short future, we can see. And actually, company put more effort on the Indonesian language research. So as last Sunday, I went to museum. The moderator said the slogan of Indonesian is unity and diversity. Yeah, unity, I think we could unify AI technology to empower in different daily life and work. The diversity is because there's so many languages speaking. That's a hard job for us to do the research. And we hope in a very short future, we could make all the diversified language could communicate with each other. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to all panelists here. Today, let me just set the stage. We have about 30 minutes for this panel discussion here. But we also want to invite the audiences from the floor. If you have any questions, you have seen the presentation, you have heard what the speakers have to say earlier, right? So if you have any questions with regards to your business or how their businesses are working with regards to AI, with regards to how it's being applied to their different industries and the different businesses, please feel free to ask them later on, all right? So I have prepared some questions here to kickstart the panel. So we will keep the floor open as well later on. Maybe we will start with some questions on the stage first, okay? So this question here is actually to all the panelists. The first one would be, what's the point of view of your personal point of view, right, on the development of language or multi-language AI technologies in today's mobile internet era, right? How important is it, and how do you think it's impacting people's life? So, any speakers here would like to take the question first? Maybe we'll all right, Jeffrey.
In Chinese, there's a saying called 抛砖引玉. Yeah, it's like well, I see the mobile internet is developed very, very fast, and it's popularized in everyone's hand. Everyone has a mobile phone. But in my opinion, Currently, the stage is the data is connected. We connected to internet, and internet offer data to us, but it's only connected. There's no smart right now, or the smart is in a very early stage, like you want to talk to your cell phone. Actually, cell phone is your personal assistant, but now you basically cannot tell your personal assistant to do anything, right? Just a very basic question like set alarm or what is the weather today. I think in the future, the mobile internet could be a more smart assistant of yourself. To achieve this ultimate goal, I think the multi-language should be solved. There's thousands of language speaking in the world. As I said, in Indonesian, there's many language speaking. So first is the multi-language recognition, and second is multi-language natural language processing, right? Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that.
May I?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, from my point of view, if I was an end user, I think the multi-language AI will change our life. Yeah, I think that we will. I would like to say, everybody knows the globalization and the localization. For example, if we have some international conference, so that's the reason we need to know what they are thinking, what they are talking, and then this kind of language immigration. First, we have to understand the English. For example, we as a Chinese, and we spend a couple years, 5, even 10 years, to understand and to speak and practice. It's a huge cost. But if with this one can help us to reduce this 10 years, we can do a lot of other things. Second of all, if we want, I would like to say localization. For example, we came to Indonesia. We want to talk with our local friends, a local company, local customers. Then we have to learn the Bahasa, not only English. And then if we have some tools, have some AI based on the multi-language AI technology, can help us without learning. Wow, how can we can imagine? Totally amazing. This is my feeling.
So the time to learn actually compresses, you shorten it. Thank you. And in the fun.
For normal days, for the AI technology, actually you can get to know when you use a high standard mobile phone. Yeah. So there are many functions like the taking photo, like the voice assistant, even like the day-to-day operations. Yeah, when you use the Google search, use the mobile phone. Yeah. So this is provide the more make our life more easier. Yeah. So this is AI, but the multi-language AI. So we are like we came from China. If you don't understand the Bahasa Indonesia, so you will be make a trouble when you going to the small shop. Yeah, if you in the shopping mall, maybe many people can speak English. But if you go to the we call it to go, some small shop here. So normally they cannot speak English. So if you can use AI technology, just use a mobile phone, use a Google, Translate, or even some other translation software apps, so you can easily enjoy your shopping experience.
Thank you. And so just a quick one, just to pick your brain a little bit. How does it translate into the gaming industry?
In gaming, normally, when we play the game multi-nation, like some Indonesian player or some Singapore player or some Malaysia player, some Thailand player, we play the same game. When we do the chatting is a grid chatting or word chatting. Yeah, so we utilize the AI technology, so they can auto-translate. Yeah, so if you, even the Thailand player, they input use Thai language, but the Indonesian player saw the message in Bahasa Indonesia. Yeah.
So that's very interesting because you get international players, they can all be playing together, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't need English.
Chatting together.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And any from your side?
Speaking of the multi-language translation, I think it's quite interesting for me because 3 years ago when I first came to Indonesia, I cannot speak Indonesian at that time, so I have to learn a lot of bahasa Indonesia. Sekarang saya bisa ngomong sedikit, tapi masih susah kalau banyak. So just I said that I spent 2 years of learning bahasa Indonesia by myself, and I just feel that it's a kind of difficult because every day just boring. I don't have a teacher, I don't have a friend. It's not like the students' time that I can learn English. So sometimes I just use iFlyTech translator that helps me to bridge the communication. Now I think thanks to the AI, I can understand for the text, so that helps me to understand easily. But I was also inspired by the other speakers that just now talked about the speech-to-text function, because I think this function can help to bridge the communication, and because sometimes we can have the difficulty of writing the bay and the p and the b, bay and the bay. Yeah. Still, I have some difficulty about this on the spelling, and for the AI, I think it also can help to change our accent, because we have spent a lot of years speaking English, but there is still a difficulty about the accent. It's just like the opening speech talking about French, or about the German, about the Indian who speaks English. I think they can write perfect English, but sometimes it's difficult to understand their accent. It's like, I think it exists everywhere, because if I travel to Java Timur, I think the accent is also quite difficult for me to understand as well. So I think the AI could just help not only the communication, but also the learning the language. Even we have the AI translator, we still have to learn the language, because it's not likely for the people to speak a different language or to use a tool or use a translator when they want to communicate with a deep level. So that is my observation.
Because Indonesia is very diverse, 10,000 islands, right? And there's many dialects. They do create campaigns with different kind of dialects, because different kind of messages. What happens is actually it improves the engagement, it improves the stickiness. It works well. So I think with multi-language AI is really, really great. It actually helps many of the apps and helps us to actually engage with our user more closer and build more relevancies and build more familiarity. Because not everyone, also in Indonesia, not everyone actually can speak Bahasa that well as well. There are the local area, some of the local area, they speak their local language more. Yeah. Maybe that's it from me.
Thank you. I think there's a lot of great points that was just brought up here, right? The accent, how to engage better with the person, the intended target audiences, so that you build that familiarity and that trust. Right. Thanks for sharing that. So we all see like the upsides and the potential for AI, multi-language, and honestly speaking, day to day in your day-to-day life right now, how much are we actually using it? How much do we come across it on your day-to-day life, right? And so maybe I will just pose that question first. Think about it. We'll answer that at the last, right? The last question, right? So we all know where we are at in terms of multi-language AI in terms of right now, right? So my next question here would actually be, in your own respective industries that you guys are in, what are some of the challenges that you face or you see that is actually hindering the process or the progress of adopting this multi-language AI? It could be infrastructure, it could be anything. So please, in your own respective industries, perhaps you could share. And on the ground, I would like to open up to the audiences as well. If you have, if your industry, you think that this is applicable and you think that it's not happening yet, please feel free to share it with us as well, right? So I'll open up this question to perhaps to Huawei.
I also have some technical background there. So as I said, Huawei is a ICT company, information technology and communication technology. A couple years before, when we developed the mobile network, we call the wireless network. We have a slogan, anytime, anywhere. So I think later on when we use this one for the multi-language AI technology, it's also the same. You need the data, you need the AI technology, but also you need a very comprehensive, very excellent infrastructure, including the connection, including the data, including the etc. things, so that can make sure when you go to somewhere else, when to go to anywhere, when to go to some place, you have the chance to talk. You can imagine, even you have the data, even you have the tools, but without the connection, how can you achieve the mobile apps? No way. I think the infrastructure is also a very important one. Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else want to take?
I fully agree with the infrastructure is so important. So that's the reason we have Huawei here. And according to my experience of using the AI tool, especially from Google, and so my observation is that if I directly translate Bahasa Indonesia to Chinese, there seems to be a kind of routine, which I say middle language. It seems so in another way, I say if translate from Bahasa Indonesia to English, it's more accurate. But from Bahasa Indonesia to English to Chinese, there seems to be a middle language. So I assume it to be English, because I understand that there are not enough data. I assume that there are not enough. We call it talking material or something that do not directly link Bahasa Indonesia to Chinese, that need more context, that need more materials like Mr. Andy said about the background or about the slangs that we are out of. So I think there is a great opportunity for us to improve on the multiple language in terms of the AI.
Okay, I think one of the challenges is if garbage in, garbage out. So the data with speech to text, everything is actually providing a valuable input for us to compute because for AI to work well, right? You need a really quality data here, and honestly, with a startup like us, we do not have this much of resources, of course, and number two, we have to invest in many infrastructures, computing powers to do all of this, and this could be a big challenge. That's why I think very important to actually work together. Actually, we are happy to have found partners that can actually solve our problems, giving speech to text, for example, technology that able to give inputs more clearer so that our system could help to identify the attributes that we need to improve our matching systems. Yeah.
Thank you. Any comments from? Yeah.
For the challenge for the multi-language, because I just found some material. Yeah, in globally, yeah, there are 7,000 languages. Yeah, even like in Indonesia, yeah, we have more than 600 local language. Yeah, so the translation accuracy become a big challenge. Yeah, so 7,000 globally 7,000 language. Even in Indonesia, we have 600 local language. Yeah, this is the accuracy problem. Yeah, second one is just now what I mentioned. So normally, from one language to another language, first is translate to English, and then from English translate to another language. But I searched some documentation, like iFlyTech, already find some solution, from like the Chinese directly to Bahasa Indonesia. Yeah, no need to translate to English first and then directly translate. Yeah, so this is the improve the accuracy. Yeah, so I hope maybe in the future, maybe iFlyTech can. Just now, recently, it's only I think less than 100 language. I hope in the future, maybe you can reach to 1,000 or even reach to 7,000 to cover all the language, globally. Yeah, this is the challenge, I think.
That is a big challenge, right? Like going from 100 language to 7,000 language. I certainly hope that we'll see that day come. I think we ran out of battery for this one, but hopefully you guys can still hear. Right, so now we talk about the challenges think we can now move on to, after the challenges, like you guys have pointed out, certainly data, infrastructure, and also, the other factors that are, causing the hindrance or slowing down the progress of this. So what are some, like, in your respective areas again, I want to find out what are some of the future directions or developments that you guys are taking or doing to address that. But before that, any more, from the ground, from the audiences? Yes. Do you have a question? All right, thank you for your question. Because if I can summarize your question again, is like you're saying that you're thinking, how can we progress from using technology to having more human to human like level of interaction? Right. So you need to create more data sets, right? More data sets from people. Yes, from people to increase the amount of data sets for the AI to learn, right? And then it gets better and better. I'm sure we are at the nascent stage right now, right? We're still very early in terms of this multilingual, AI technology platform. So definitely, I think, that's a very great question there. We'd like to hear the panelists on how they think, how we're progressing and what are the steps that they're taking to actually improve this industry itself. So perhaps anyone, maybe we can go with iFlyTech to see how they are doing to actually improve this situation.
Yeah, thanks for the question. I think as a technical provider, we're actually helping different enterprises to use our engine to develop their apps. So the questions also same to us. In China, there are also hundreds of the dialects. And every day, some media calculates, every day there's one dialect disappearing. So this is one of the pity, because some of the dialects, it's a heritage of the culture. So as a company, we also have our vision. The first vision that we need to protect our culture. That's why every year we will have the public good event called Dialect Protect event. So we will have a fund which will raise some people to record their voice and upload to our cloud, and then we will train the data and then make the voice record. And then next time, it will become more accurate. Yeah. And the second thing is always that out of China, there are countless of language. The hardship is that when we accomplish from 80% accuracy to 90% accuracy, it needs around 2 or 3 years effort and a very, very investment. But currently, the AI we see there's a very breakthrough for the NLP is the foundation model. So once the model is established, we think with the algorithm, with the big data, and we just input the language corpus. And after that, every language will be easily converted to, converted to AI, like speech recognition and the TTS. So it will no limited to each of the language. It is only a fundamental AI framework, and then you can input different language data and make it automated. Yes.
Thank you. Any other speakers would like to add on to that? Yeah, Andrew? Okay. So yeah, I hope that answers a little bit of the question, but I think that we're going to take some time to get there, right? And with the help of technology, hopefully it shortens the time, right? So thanks for the response, Jeffrey. And yes, another question on the floor. Maybe we can have that lady first and then the gentleman over there, all right? So yeah. Do you need the mic?
Thanks everyone. My name is Alexander Tristiani from Fusion DMS Digital Transformation Consulting. I've got a question basically following the gentleman's question. In terms of choosing or deciding which accent or which speaker sounding for the AI speech itself, is it a top-down decision level or is it bottom-up? As in, when you train the data, like Python, machine learning, etc., data training, and then you choose which accent that could represent or perhaps what customers or what people want, or someone, in the corporation sort of decides which accent to use.
Anyone wants to take that? I believe the question was when technology companies use AI to train the models, right? And the output comes out in what accent? Is that your question?
Yeah, or deciding which accent that actually comes out to public.
Okay. Maybe I'll direct this question to Jeffrey again, right? Because in terms of the iFlyTech translation, right? When we speak into the device, right? If I speak with an accent, when the other party hear or listen, will they listen in their preferred accent, or is it the accent that the company decides?
Well, talking about voice-to-voice translation, there's 3 steps. The first step, 3 steps. One step is voice recognition. So the machine could understand your accent, and then it converts to text, and it comes to the machine translation step. The text-to-text translation is a very mature technology right now. You can see the Google, right? Yeah. And the third step is TTS, the text-to-speech. So if you speak like one accent, you want to listen the translation, same accent playback. You can choose. You can choose. Yeah, it's I think it's a developing thing.
Okay.
But the technology is mature. Yeah.
Right. So I guess it's not someone sitting at the top of the company saying that I want everybody to listen to a German accent. And no, it's not that case, right? So it's developing. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. Please.
If you see the earlier of the use case, we use this avatar as well, coming from iFlyTech. On the Bahasa part, we purposely make it that the English of it has a little bit of Bahasa accent there to make it more relatable. Definitely, why we do that? Of course, we have to understand who's our audience, make our audience more comfortable with, not some English accents that coming from America or Canada. We actually try to use more Bass accents there, but still in English. So that's actually to create more relatable to the customers.
Thank you. So that's another example of top-down decision, right? So it depends on what the business needs and wants are, right? Yeah, and anything that you'd like to add, Mr. Khan?
I'm just quite inspired by this because I also noticed that at the avatar. And I think I found it quite interesting. It's all based on user scenarios. I think it's quite inspiring, yeah.
Thanks. I think that's important, right? Because at the end of the day, that translation, you want the other party to understand, right? So, and to relate to that, if you use an American accent across the board, not everybody would like it maybe, right? So I think this is something that companies are actually trying to be more local and to actually appeal to their audiences. Right. Thank you for that question. We have another question. I think we can move on to the question and answer portion right now because our time is limited, right? And after that, before we go for our networking session, we have that final answers or responses from you guys. What do you think about which stage we're in? All right, so I'll have one more question from that gentleman over there. Now, if you have a certain question directed to any of our speakers up here, please let us know.
My name is Jenvi Lutfiananta. I was have research company, sir. I follow the Huawei since 2006 for the develop router and switch. I know. So I know the Huawei and China, they have technology to replace Android right now. I know. I have here, yeah. But why you don't use multi-language AI to your platform for the mobile? The second question, yeah, I'm very close with Alibaba. If I have even Alibaba invite me, I know is to yeah, the private company and honest state company. I know. What do you think the Huawei for the like 5G or 6G to implementation in Indonesia? I think it's it's not similar what about multi-language, but I would ask about your project. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I try to answer your question. The first one, I think Huawei do have some fundamental technology. For example, but also for the AI, we have our own framework like the model arts. But on top of this one, we also would like to cooperate different partner, because somehow they are do better than us, and also we need some partner. Because that's the reason for Huawei, I said, we want to set up a local ecosystem. Not it's like kind of, we want to cooperate with our partner, with our customer, to build the very comprehensive, very beautiful ecosystem. This is the very important one. For example, if you do everything by your own, how can you cooperate? And you will compete all your customer, partner, later and future. This is not what we are looking for. And you also mentioned that you, how to say, and second question about the Ali 5G, 6G. I think from technical point of view, I can only give the feedback like we are already ready since a couple of years before. Because when I was in Germany, 2017, at the moment our 5G already ready for commercial use. And for now, for technical point of view, we're ready to support our Indonesia enterprise to utilize the 5G. The others is maybe the government or the enterprise, the telco, their choice.
Thank you for that response and thank you for that answer. I hope that answers your question as well. All right, thank you. Of course, if you have further questions that you'd like to ask of any of our panelists, we could move on to the. There's a tea break outside, some light snacks and food, refreshments, and then you can chat with our panelists that are here. All right. Any final questions before I close up? Okay, yeah, that's one question from here.
Hello, my name is Yu. I'm working for a voice AI company based headquarters in Singapore. So I have facing a very interesting situation. One day after I make the presentation of our deck to one of our customer, and the customer said, your product is very good, but for instance, currently my team has 100%. If we use your talkbot, so all my team and my department may be fired. Yeah, we need to work. So even for the except for service situation, for service application or for the coding, if all this work will be replaced by your AI technology, how we make a living, how our common people has the career developed in our company. We not just for the company, but for help the company reducing and help them cost down. But we need to develop. We need to get more chance. So when we are facing this situation again, or someone asking me the same questions again, how do I answer them, or how do I can convince them to use my product?
Okay, so if I get your question right, I'm trying to get it right again, right? So you're saying it's a little bit more of the HR kind of question, right? So if technology and AI starts to come in and be widely adopted, then human has to take a step back, right? Yeah. So that's your question, and how do you answer that? Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, my target customer is in the bank and fintechs, so call center. Banks.
Okay.
So some company maybe have 1,000 call centers, members working in the call center.
Right.
And our product maybe replace some of their
the jobs there.
The jobs replace of their staff. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Any one of our panelists here would like to take? Yeah.
I can share a little bit about this. I'm not an AI expert, but I read a few books about that. Actually, in China, for the call center, as a kind of, like every one of us, we are all bank users. And it's really very convenient to get the AI call center, because you don't have to be panicked when you wait for press 1, press 9, press 5. You get all confused. And actually, as a user experience, it's really convenient. And I think for the enterprise, for the bank, it's quite efficient. And secondly, I can refer you to a book written by Li Kai-fu, who is an AI expert. And he just demonstrated about the situation or about the future in his books. And in general, we can say that it's a kind of trend that we can't stop. And for the AI, it's actually have a lot of advantages that can beat human. But there is one thing that AI cannot place human, that is love. Because we are all humans. We not only dealing with the banks, we also need human care. It's like the customer manager. We can't depend on the AI customer manager that can help me to do things. So we still have to meet in person. I still need someone to help me to explain about the items on the insurance or on the complex things. That is also human needed. So they need some skills that help the customers, because the AI cannot observe about my anxiety or whatever.
The emotions.
About the emotions, thank you. So I think the AI is a kind of trend that we can't stop. The last but not least, the example is like it's about the cars. Because 100 years ago, when there is a automobile, when there is a car, and at that time it cannot even get close. The speed cannot get closer to a carriage with a horse. But now you can see everything has changed. But the horse has not disappeared. It has become a kind of hobby. So it means there is still a job for that, but it has a different kind of model or types that exists. So finally, if answering to the HR, if your competitor is using AI, that means everyone is off. It's like Titanic.
Thank you. How about Andre? Andre, you want to talk on that?
I think, back in the 10 years ago, right, there's also technology called IVR as well, right? So it's automatic answering machines. So the point is, instead of worrying about AI, actually we should be friendly with AR. So even in the AI right now, it's also implemented in many on the learning and educations platforms. What I mentioned is, yes, worker might find a challenge, but still a very distant time, because I think right now is still a beginning of the training part. But during this time, I think upskilling and reskilling is very important for the workers. That's why I think a lot of tech platform right now are making it more accessible, more cheaper, more affordable. And with the help of AI, it actually teach them as well much more better than just purely reading a books, because we use AI to teach. And this is actually much more easier. And I believe that, well, if the world is changing, I think everyone must adapt to it. Every businesses must also adapt into it. That's the thing I can share with you.
Thank you for sharing that. Mr. Lee, Mr. Wang?
I think it's not only about the AI. All the cutting-edge technology, I have the same or the similar question. I also facing the same question a couple years before. We talking to our customer, we said, we introduce this kind of technology. It's not help you to lay off any staff of you. We help you to get more value-added worker or staff can help you to do some advanced work, give you more value added. This is the key.
Thank you. How about Mr. Lee? Do you have anything to add?
So for the AI, it's a challenge for the human being. Yeah, but for my industry, mobile gaming, yeah, so the metaverse, yeah, but this is really the challenge for the human being, yeah, in the future, because many works, yeah, even the way you make money, yeah, through the metaverse, yeah. So this is something besides the AI, but this is a technical trend. Yeah, so everyone must to improve and to find the suitable jobs or suitable works for the human being. Yeah. Because AI will take most of the basic works. Yeah, this is the trend. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for sharing that. I think what Mr. Lee did was he also echoed what Mr. Wang was saying, right? You know, a book from Lee Kai-Fu saying that AI is something that you can't stop, right? And basically you have to adapt. From many of our speakers here today were saying you need to adapt, but AI will help to eliminate all the mundane kind of processes, and leaving all those more important, high-level, emotional kind of engagements and tasks for human beings, right? So I hope that answers your question here today. If you have more doubts, if you need more clarification, feel free to chat with any of the speakers later on, right? Okay. Last quick look. If not, let's end off this panel here. We are almost at the end. The last question that I have was actually asked earlier, right? So very quickly, can you share in maybe one sentence, each one of you here, what do you think, or where do you think we are at the stage of AI in, multi-language technology right now? And how much do you think that we need to work towards to get to a stage where, perhaps more languages will be included, more adoption, and how easily that it's been assimilated to our daily lives, all right? From your perspective, right? Okay, we have Jeffrey from iFlyTech.
Okay, very simple. The current stage, our company is right now defined as a human and machine coupling stage. As a complementary answer to that lady, currently machine can help you to do some messy and boring job. Can liberate your time. Yeah, can make you of like 5 days work, a 5 days work day become 4 days work day. That will be predictable. That's why the current stage is a coupling stage. People should trust the machine, and machine should get more data and trained from human. And the second thing is for the multi-language progressing, I think we need build ecology. The system, more and more players get into the ecology system, the more data they provide, the more application scenario they invented, the multi-language ability can be more smart and more accurate. Yeah.
Can you give a finite number of years, like a figure? How long do you think it'll take? 10 years?
If there's a big project, we can finish 1 year for a certain language. Yeah.
Right. So there's 7,000 languages out there, so you need 7,000 years.
That's why what I mentioned. We're now developing a foundation model.
Right.
Which
and it's replicate.
Yes,
easily.
it's replicate very easily. Yeah.
Okay, we look forward to that. Thank you, Mr. Wang from Huawei Cloud.
For me, from end user point of view, I think it's still we have a long journey to make our life the whole change at all. Yeah. For example, we no need the phone. We no need to learn the Bahasa English, no matter what kind of other 7,000 languages as well. But as a technical Huawei vendor, I think we are on the right way to achieve this one. But the most important one, we need to work together, cooperate together. That's the most important one. If you ask me to how long it will take, I don't know. Yeah. But if for the Bahasa, I hope hopefully we can do it now. Yeah. We can use it for now.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I think collaboration is one of the key things that you said, right? Across the ecology, across the ecosystem. Thank you. Mr. Lee?
Actually, the AI technology already 70 years since 1956. Yeah, the terminology AI is created. Yeah, but until now and recently, so the AI technology in our daily life, just quite a few. Yeah, so I hope even the technology development very rapid. Yeah, but our human being, we still can exceed. Yeah, we work. Yeah, we take more challenging works. Yeah, so the AI will replace the massive and also the basic tasks from human beings. So I keep the positive thinking for the technology development of the AI. Yeah, especially in our gaming industry.
Yeah.
Because the gaming industry, the AI utilization is still quite a few.
Right. I remember when I was a kid, I was playing game and I was playing with the bots, right? The AI bots. So are the AI bots more difficult right now?
Yeah, even 20 years ago, the AlphaGo really can beat the best human being player. But until now, we can never see in our games like the Mobile Legends or Free Fire, some games, the AI, still utilized quite a few.
So we need to see more utilization and adoption in AI in the gaming industry then, right? We look forward to that. Thank you for sharing. And Mr. Wan from Whoop.
Well, I'm an end user of the AI, and I think it's a kind of a start, because speaking of the same languages is always a vision for many years. It's like the prospect, like the story in the Bible that when God created human, and he made people to speak different languages. So that means at least it exists for thousands of years, and how we can expect it to be solved in just 100 or just 20 or 10 years. So I just feel it's all the beginning.
Thank you.
In my perspective, perhaps we are in the early to growing stage, perhaps, because when I see the infrastructure-wise, there's more 4G to 5G coming in. The data that we can amass is better, number one. Number two, more cloud services coming in. And I think all of this will create input towards the data learning machines. And but of course, this still it's all dependent on infrastructure we have, in my opinions. And number two, well, for Indonesia itself, I think lots of businesses are still in the digitizations. Not even, because after digitization, there's AI and the big data coming in, right? that was the trend. Right now, we are still in the digitization era, thanks to the, in the pandemic comes with some little blessings that more people are adopting mobile payments, for example. They're starting to digitize. So I think perhaps in a couple of years, with more of the telecom infrastructure getting better, cloud centers are more stronger, so I think machine learning, AI could thrive. That's my perspective. Yeah.
Thank you. And lastly, I think thank you to all the audiences for joining us today. We certainly hope that with more collaboration, better infrastructure, and the continuous, push for this AI development from our different partners, from the language partner, technology partner, infrastructure partners, and even the startups, that are trying to push for this growth. Even like yourself, if you're in a business that you think that you need to digitize and you think that this could be a game changer for you, I think you should ask the question, how can I start, right? Thank you very much for your time today. We will move on to the tea break session and the networking session. Once again, give a round of applause to our panelists here with us this afternoon. Thank you. Okay, and I wouldn't say let the feast begin, but the tea break is outside. Please help yourself with the snacks and the light refreshments. There's lots of coffee and tea as well as drink here. And
这些让那海鸥好像在天空的云层，它是否也有伤痕？但它看到了彩虹。你贴着我低声的温暖，我情绪有低落，也会在我的左右往前走，不要退后。我等待你无知中落下的那道微光，像踏过荆棘，翻越过一层一层围墙。只要有你在我身旁，哪怕在黑暗中流浪。我看见你无知中落下的那道微光，当淋过大雨，穿越过无数狂风巨浪。只要有你在我身旁，未来就不再是孤独的远方。在无人的荒岛里，藏匿的谁的日记本，记录着谁的旅程，故事还留着余温。你贴着我低声的温暖，我情